Hi all, welcome back. My name is Mahesh Kumar Vaka, and in this session, I'm going to talk about naming conventions in Java. This is something that many developers generally don't focus on, but knowing these things and implementing this in your code is a very good practice, and it will keep our code clean and neat and be able to understand for fellow programmers as well. So, in the beginning of writing a Java program or in the beginning phase itself, if you try to implement these things, it will become a good practice. So for some of the members or some of the classes or packages or how to actually name those things, what are the conventions followed? Again, I'm saying conventions. This is not a strict rule, but it is good to follow these rules so that everyone will be able to understand our code. So for class, if we are going to declare and define a class, we always start with an uppercase letter. So let us say I'm writing a class called student. In that case, I have to write my class name like this with the starting letter as an uppercase S. Similarly, if I'm creating employee with E as the uppercase. And if our class name is going to have two words within it, let us say IPL auction. So IPL and auction are two different words. So in that case, I can use I as the capital letter. For the second word in the beginning also I can use A as the capital letter or the uppercase letter. Similarly, for software testing, I used uppercase for S and T. So that's how we have to name our classes. If we go for method, we have to start with the lowercase letter. So similarly, if we have more than two words, we can use uppercase from the second word. So let us say I have a percentage. In that case, I used the lowercase p. And if I have a number of accounts, that's my method name. So in that case, I start with the lowercase, and for further words, I use the uppercase. And if I have the time consumed, I started with lowercase t and have the uh, uppercase c. So if we go ahead for variables, variables are also similar to methods only, but in case of naming conventions. So it's always better to use lowercase variables, but that can be overruled in case if we have two words. If I have the account type as my variable, I can use uppercase T and lowercase a, just the way here I have shown. And also it's always recommended not to use single letter variables, like we often have this habit of using int x equal to 10 or int a is equal to 5, something like that. Do not use such kind of variable names. And also in case of constants, that is something like uh, if we have a case like a student will have a maximum percentage of 100, so in that case I can use my constants like this, max underscore percentage. And if I have a minimum number of office hours, in that case I can use underscores and declare all those things with uppercase letters. So this is how we follow the convention for constant. Similarly, for interface, we use uppercase letter to start with, and generally it is most commonly followed that we use ABLE in the end, like playable, runnable, something like that. So these are the conventions, and in case of package, we should always use the lowercase letters. If there are multiple words, let us say I have integrationworld.com, something like that. In that case, I can use the package name as com.integrationworld. In case I have javalearning.org, in that case I can use org.javalearning. Similarly, in.javaeasy, something like that. This is the convention we follow for package. So I'll show my previous sessions example, and if you have keenly observed it, I have followed the conventions as per what I have told now. So in this class, IPL auction, I started with uppercase I and used the uppercase A. So this is what I used for class. For method names, I used the lowercase letters. So if there are more than two words, I started with the lowercase m and used the uppercase. Similarly, you can see in other classes and other methods as well, like principal sponsors, budget, associate sponsors. This is how I use it. Because these are methods, I started with lowercase and there are two words within it. That's why I used the uppercase for the second word. So if I go to the interface also, I used something like sponsorship. Maybe I could have used something like sponsorable or something like that. Also, I have used uppercase S here. So these are some conventions, and these are generally good to follow, and it is always advised for all the Java developers to use it right from the beginning of the development phase. So that's what for this session. Hope you learned something out of it. Make sure that you use these in your project, and it is always good to have follow the conventions. And we will come up with some other interesting topic in our next session. Have a good day. Bye bye.